If you're happy riding the same routes again and again, or if you're afraid of getting addicted to yet another cycling metric, click away. This video is definitely not for you. However, if you're looking to explore your neighborhood, your city, heck, your country on your bike, let me introduce you to the concept of tiling. I'm not talking about your bathroom floor, I'm talking about map tiles. We divide the world map into a grid of squares that are approximately 1 mile by 1 mile in size. Each of these squares is a tile, and you collect a tile by recording a human-powered activity anywhere within it. So you don't have to cycle, you could hike, swim, kayak, or God forbid, even run to collect these tiles. Let me explain with an example. This is Squadrats, a free website you can use for tiling. Here's one of my first bike rides in Goa, and these green squares are the tiles I collected because I rode through them. It doesn't matter how deep into the tile you go, even riding just say 10 meters into a tile would be enough to collect it. This square isn't green because that's a tile I already collected on a prior ride. Alright, so how does this help with exploration? At the simplest level, you could plan your routes to collect as many tiles as you can on that ride. Riding the same route repeatedly won't help because you'd have already collected those tiles. You'd have to ride new routes to collect new tiles. Something more fun than just collecting a crap ton of tiles is strategically collecting tiles to increase your Explorer Max Square. This is my 13 by 13 Explorer Max Square because I've collected 13 tiles across, 13 tiles down, and every tile within that square too. If I want to increase it to 14, I have to collect these 2 tiles, and if I want to increase it to 15, then I have to collect these additional 5. My friend Benoit left here with a max square of 25. The global leader, Dead Balladoor, has an unbelievable max square of 141 covering 2 countries, Paris and Belgium. If these distances sound too intimidating, you could get started with Squadratinos, which are much smaller tiles and have the effect of forcing a more thorough exploration of a region. There's also something called a yard and their corresponding smaller cousins, a yardino, which are clusters of interconnected tiles. These are other stats you can go after. The biggest benefit of tiling is the new places it takes you to. Destinations you've never heard of before, roads you've never ridden, but now you have to because you have tiles to collect. We've discovered some truly beautiful roads, routes and locations just because we were out tile hunting. You get to see far more of your city, its outskirts and its people. Of course, some of the routes turn out to be absolutely crap, but it's all part of the tiling adventure. Another win for me is how it makes picking a route much easier, especially after you've been riding for a few years and have ridden all the popular routes in your city dozens of times. I decide on a tile or a group of tiles I want to collect, and then I know exactly where to go. Planning the most efficient route that's trying to collect the most tiles with the least amount of riding is also fun. I'll show you how that's done later in the video. Tiling might also force you to take up other outdoor activities, and I take this as a huge plus. At least where I live, several tiles were only collectible if I rode a trail on my mountain bike, and some were just not bikeable at all and I had to take a hike, literally. A very interesting tile in my case was a tile that was entirely within a military area, off limits to everyone but the Indian Defence Forces. Not having this tile would make square expansion towards the west impossible, but this year they hosted a running event. I signed up and started training so that I don't embarrass myself, and I completed a 10K run within the academy. I got the tile, and as a bonus, I've started running for fitness as well, something which would never have happened if it weren't for tiling. Go to squadrats.com, connect it with Strava, and you should see your max square, yard, and other stats after it finishes syncing. To plan routes to pick up tiles, install the Squadrats Chrome plugin, and if you have a Strava subscription, you can use Strava's route builder. But if not, you can use Komoot's route planner for free. The plugin shows you the tiles you already have and which new tiles you will pick up on the route you're planning. If you're planning to pick up more than a couple of tiles on your ride, I'd strongly recommend creating a route that you can follow on your head unit or on your phone because this isn't easy to do live, believe me. Besides Squadrats, you can also use Statshunters, which beyond tiles also has badges you can collect for things like longest ride, highest elevation, and fun stuff like number of photos taken. These are also great ways to keep your rides interesting. And I would be remiss if I don't mention Ben Lowe of Veloviewer, who came up with the idea of tiles in the first place. Veloviewer requires a subscription but has a ton of stats and utilities for dedicated cyclists. Finally, there's Wandrer, which isn't tile-based but gives you a score based on the number of unique miles you've ridden. I really love the fact that it has area-specific leaderboards along with monthly winners too, giving you a new challenge every month. Go sign up on Squadrats and drop a comment below with what your max square is. At least try to beat mine. Now, these sorts of videos don't do too well on YouTube, well, because nobody's searching for this stuff. So please do me a big favor and share it. Now go watch this video if you'd like more tips on how you can keep your rides interesting. And a final warning, tiling can be addictive and dangerous. Don't get yourself shot. Ride safe.